friends, you're welcome again. In this video I'll be sharing with you how I make my cowtail, yes, oxtail pepper soup. This pepper soup is yummy, delicious and sumptuous. I like to start by washing my oxtail in salted water. Before I add water, I like to rub the salt into the oxtail like you see me do. Then I add water, rinse, and I repeat this exercise 2 or 3 times. Before I continue, I want to say thank you to all my returning subscribers, or if you have just joined me recently, thank you so much for joining my channel. Thank you for watching. Thank you for leaving me your comments and your likes. I really do appreciate you joining this family, okay? If you're not yet a subscriber friend, I want you to kindly consider joining the family, okay? Just click the subscribe button and also turn on the notification bell. That way you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. Thank you. I am using skinless oxtail for this recipe. Please feel free to use the oxtail that still has its skin for your own, okay? I like to sear my oxtail on a bed of onions like so. This infuses so much flavor and taste and aroma into the oxtail pepper soup. To enable me brown the oxtail nicely, even though you didn't see me do it, I coated this skillet with a tiny bit of vegetable oil. Aside from adding a robust or burst of flavors to your pepper soup, searing this oxtail adds so much richness in the color of the pepper soup. You know, there is this beautiful thing about not eating a pale looking meat. If your meat is a little bit seared, apart from the richness the searing of the meat adds to the stock or the pepper soup you are cooking, it also has a lot of beauty to you looking at what you're eating, right? You know, like they said, you first eat with eyes before the food even gets to your mouth. Because I like what onion does to beef dishes. To further build up the flavors for this pepper soup, I like to place the seared oxtail. As I sear it, I place it on a bed of onions like so. This will, you know, by the time I start cooking it, will further impact so much flavors, guys, into this pepper soup. Friends, you know, when you're searing meat, you got to do it on a high heat, right? Yes, I do this on medium high heat, and the essence of searing this is not to cook the meat, like you know. Oxtail is a part of the cow meat that is a bit tough, so you need some time to have that falling off the bone type of recipe that you want your oxtail to be like. It does not matter what you cook it in, whether in stewed soup or in pepper soup, right? Searing completed, so to the oxtail I add my roughly chopped habanero peppers. You can use any peppers of your choice. I add some salt, I add some seasoning powder, and water. Try and ensure that your oxtail is properly all covered with the water. I started with hot water to reduce the cooking time for me. I took off the charred pieces of onions like so. Since charred onions adds a bit of lingering bitterness to the stock of whatever you cook it in, I'm sure you don't want to let this be in your pepper soup, right? Even though I trimmed off as much fat as possible from the oxtail before I started searing it, I also like to skim off any oil residue or oil deposit that floats on top of the pepper soup. So I like to do it like so. And if you can also note, I have not added the pepper soup spice. I only added seasoning powder, pepper, and the salt to the pepper soup at this time. So I like to do this and ensure that I have a clean stock as much as possible, and then a well reduced oil stock. Friends, you mustn't go through this procedure that I'm showing you. If you like your pepper soup oily, you could leave this oil, okay? But if your team, I do not want much oil on my pepper soup, try and then skim it off nicely like so, right? The list of ingredients for this delicious pepper soup is in the description box below. Feel free to check it out. Whatever spice you're using, friends, don't miss out on this one that I'm showing you here. Yes, this is Calabash, nutmeg, and Uziza seed or African black peppercorns. I like my pepper soup to be very clean, so I like to wrap this spice like this in a cheesecloth. So I neatly wrap it in this cheesecloth. Of course, you can always add yours directly, all right? Cooking is not science, just do whatever works for you, okay? So I tie it up nicely like this and then put it in the pepper soup. And I will take it off when the pepper soup is ready. 1 hour later, cooking this oxtail on medium-low heat, I taste for salt and also check for doneness. Of course, you can see it is soft and almost about getting off the bones. I introduced the wrapped spice to infuse into the pepper soup at this time. The next very important spice to this pepper soup is 𝐬𝐤𝐚 or scent leaves. Of course, if you don't have this, you can use basil. It also works. So I go get my 𝐬𝐤𝐚. I like getting it fresh, just at the point of adding it into the pepper soup. That's what I'm doing at this time, like you can see. Please feel free to use dry 𝐬𝐤𝐚 if that is what is available to you, because it also works, okay? I check again and our pepper soup is almost ready. So I add some chopped red bell peppers and the chopped 𝐬𝐤𝐚. The chopped red bell peppers is strictly for garnishing purpose only. Lastly, I add a scoop of blended crayfish. This balances the flavors of this oxtail pepper soup perfectly. That is it, guys. Our pepper soup is ready. Please, I hope you have subscribed, liked, shared and commented. This pepper soup was served with a hot plate of jollof rice and it combined so well. You can also have this pepper soup as is. You could serve it with yam, potatoes or boiled plantain. God bless you for watching. Till my next video. Bye.